The year has gone by and you may be thinking, should I still get into tech this year? I've got three things for you to consider in helping you make that decision so that you can get that goal started. The first one is your situation, your current situation. What do I mean by that? I think this is something a lot of people don't consider when getting into tech, and they get in not considering their current circumstances, and before you know it, they say they are not doing tech. A lot of the time, some things you get into are determined by the time you get into them. If you get into them at the time where you're not ready to get into it, you might stop, you may have a horrible experience, and you may never touch it again. So here are some things to look at. Look at where you are. Are you in school? Are you outside a job? Do you have food to eat? Do you have internet? Do you have certain resources? Do you have access to those resources? Do you have people depending on you? You need to look at it and say, what is my current situation? Be real with yourself and understand where you are. This is important because I'm telling you, if you've not figured out what to eat tomorrow and you start learning how to code, the chances are you would leave what you're doing and go find food. And I'm not saying that whatever your situation is, you cannot learn tech in that situation. I'm just saying take inventory of your current state so that you can plan your learning accordingly. If there are things that you need to set in place while you're learning how to code, ensure you emphasize and prioritize those things. If not, it would affect learning to code. For example, if you have a full-time job and you want to learn how to code, do not let the coding affect the real-time job, because every time you don't do work and you say you're learning how to code, your mind is always going to be at work, and ultimately the work will win. So you need to plan your learning schedule around work so that you don't let it interfere with your work, and so that you can give the coding the attention it needs, because it's going to be a long journey. In a situation where finances are not fully there, try to find learning programs, try to find scholarships, things that can help you subsidize for those things. Other people, family, friends that you have access to, you could go to the house, tell them for 1 hour every day, I'm going to be coming to use your laptop to learn how to code. And if finances are not there on a survival level, you don't have what to eat, try to get something that covers your daily needs so you don't have to think about that. The second thing I want you to consider when getting into tech is your passion. And I want you to balance this out. What's your passion? Do you think you have a creative skill? Do you think you like seeing things that move? Do you think you like the logical part of things? Do you think you like making systems work? You could take a look at things that you've been good at in the past and understand the things that are relatable, because in tech you have the opportunity to work on everything. Let's take, for example, you really like fashion, you like the clothes, you like dressing, you like shopping, you like everything about it, and you're learning web development for the first time. The moment you learn how to write hello world on the browser with HTML, you should be changing that hello world to this is my fashion website. That activates something, that activates a dream, that activates you and keeps you engaged. And you'll be like, wow, I'm building my own website, I'm building my own fashion, I'm building something. So find a way to tie your passion. Your passion does not have to be programming, your passion does not have to be coding, writing code, or tech in general. You can link these things to your passion to keep you excited and to keep it going. Programming is something that cuts across all industries, and whatever passion you have, there's a way to tie it down to that. So even if it's not something you may end up doing, it is still worth learning because it ties to so many industries and you have an understanding of how it works, which is really good. And the third and final thing for this video is learn with people. This is quite tricky because you'll be learning most of the work yourself, you'll be putting in most of the work yourself. But what I mean by learn with other people is that try to connect or network with people who are also learning, so that you don't feel like you're the only one that doesn't know how to do some certain things. A lot of people go through struggles and challenges while learning how to code, and they feel like they're alone and they feel like they can't get it. They feel like, oh, it's not for me. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of people going through that same thing. A lot of people who still forget to put a semicolon in JavaScript and debug for 5 hours. It's not just you. So network with people, people that are learning, people that already know stuff, people that are about to know stuff. Keep the network going. And that's it for this video. I have another video of if you should get into tech this year, and that will be coming soon. So be sure to subscribe to get notified when that video drops.